OG Anunoby is a monster. When Jalen Brunson went down with an injury, we all wondered who was going to step up. Question answered. OG Anunoby stepped up in a way that nobody could have ever expected. And Karl-Anthony Towns is also looking to improve his game. Recently, he was spotted working out with Knicks legend Patrick Ewing. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you have notifications on as well, too. If you want to support this channel, making sure you're subscribed is the best way to do it. And now, let's get started. OG steps up. Cat is working with an NBA legend. Without Jalen Brunson, I think we all were concerned what the Knicks offense was going to look like. That's Captain Clutch, so of course, anybody would be concerned. Unless your name is OG Anunoby. Where others were concerned, Anunoby saw an opportunity, and he seized it. Over the last few games, he has been on an absolute tear, torturing everyone, not only defensively, but offensively as well, too. Over the last few games, especially since JB has been out, he has just been on another level. Shout out to Knicks Muse for giving us the following information. OG Anunoby, over his last 6 games, 21 points, 5.7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.7 steals, 39% from 3. His defense has been even better as well, too. Now, that's over the course of the last 6 games. What about last night against the Kings, where, in my opinion, he had his best, most complete game as a Knick than we've ever seen before? He not only did it on the rebounding end, on the defensive end, on the scoring end, he had a career high in assists. That's right. OG Anunoby is now playmaking. If he can get a handle and start working that into his game, he is going to be unstoppable. Just to remind everybody what Anunoby did in the massacre, the destruction, the beatdown of the Sacramento Kings last night. Anunoby gave you 24 points, 7 rebounds, and a career-high 8 assists. Anunoby is not only stepping up, but he's doing so in a way that nobody expected, but everybody loves and appreciates. We saw during the game against the Kings. We need to see this type of OG Anunoby each and every single game. This type of OG is unstoppable because he continues to be aggressive. He attacks, and he continues to attack. And the playmaking, the ball movement, not only from OG, but from the Knicks as a team, it is just on another level. You want to know how you win without Jalen Brunson? Watch last night's game against the Kings. That's how you win, by everybody stepping up, playing unselfishly, passing the ball, moving the ball, and moving without the ball. OG was doing that at some of the best levels we've ever seen him do after joining this Knicks team. His play as of late is just on another tier. He is attacking, and it doesn't matter who's in front of him. He is shooting the 3 ball as long as he's open, or he's faking and then driving. But his defense, playing the passing lanes, going for steals, making it hard on each and every player that's out there. And not only is he great in terms of helping, but he also knows when not to overhelp. There's a lot of players right now on the roster for the Knicks that do not understand the difference between playing help defense and overhelping. OG Anunoby, he understands the balance. Defensively, he's a monster. But now offensively, he's starting to become an even bigger threat. This Anunoby, if he continues to look like this, New York in the postseason is going to be one of the hardest teams to take out of the playoffs. Even though Anunoby has been on a tear, he is not the only player looking to take his game to another level. Karl-Anthony Towns is currently learning from one of the best NBA legends in the game today. Patrick Ewing and Karl-Anthony Towns have apparently been having a lot of conversations, with Towns openly asking him how to improve his game, how to get better in certain situations, letting you understand that no matter how good Karl-Anthony Towns is right now, mind you, he's one of the best bigs in the entire league right now. Even he shows you there is room for improvement if you look for it. And right now, Towns is looking to improve his game with the help of Patrick Ewing. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us the following information. According to him, Karl-Anthony Towns is learning from one of the best, Patrick Ewing. According to Towns, how dope is that? It's dope as hell. The blessing and the fact that I can say that I was on a bus with Patrick Ewing and going to games and we talk a bunch, and to be around a legend like that, you always learn a little bit here and there. You ask him for that help, and he's been in the situations, especially here in New York. So his wisdom is priceless, and his game is obviously on a Hall of Fame level. So getting a chance to sit with him, talk with him about basketball, about what I can do better from my spot, it's awesome. Pat working with Cat, sign me up every single day. Ewing is a wealth of knowledge. Any improvements made to Towns' game because of his advice is going to make Cat an even better player. He's going to continue to grow. As I said, he might be one of the best bigs in the game right now, but even he understands he can still develop. He can still get better. Bondy continues here by giving us the following information. According to him, Patrick Ewing has been to several home and road contests during his first season back with the franchise. According to head coach Tom Thibodeau, Patrick has all kinds of experience, having played in New York. I think understanding New York and winning at a very high level. Unfortunately, he didn't win a championship, but he's a championship player. I saw what he did every day to carry a franchise the way he did for 15 years. It says a lot about him. It does say a lot about him. But what does it say about Karl-Anthony Towns now that he's also working with him? He's trying to develop his game. He's trying to become an even better player at his position, even though he's already, at least offensively, one of the best in the game today. That takes dedication. It also takes a skill, the ability to humble yourself, to understand, even though you're great, you could still get better. There are certain things that you do in game that maybe if polished, you can be a better player, an even bigger threat. And if that's the case, what does that do? It helps your team. And Karl-Anthony Towns, since he's gotten here, has said he wants to be a team player first and foremost, more than anything else. Working with Patrick, understanding where his deficiencies are and where he needs to get better, that's how you do it. That's what being a leader is. Jalen Brunson may be the captain, and he'll always be the captain. But Karl-Anthony Towns, he is one of the leaders of this team. And the team is going to move in the same direction that Towns moves in. So if Towns is locked in, committed on defense, committed on offense, and buys into practice like Tom Thibodeau preaches, everybody's going to do the exact same thing. And when you see Towns trying to improve his game, working with a legend like Ewing, it inspires the entire team, the rest of the team, to say, you know what? Towns is doing this. Towns is trying to get better. Let me humble myself. I'm no different. Let me try to get better. Let me try to improve my game. Overall, what does that do? It makes the Knicks a better team. Remember, teams are going to fear us just like we fear other teams, because they don't know what to expect from New York. We're a question mark right now, because if everything comes together, if everything clicks, we can become a team that nobody at all could stop. And that's something I think that's worth waiting for, and for every Knicks fan to be patient about. But what about you guys? What do you think about OG Anunoby and his performance over the last 6 games? And what about Karl-Anthony Towns? even though he's an all-star, he still thinks he can improve his game, and he's doing that by working with Knicks legend Patrick Ewing. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.